The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the January 24th. Terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. How about we have an extraordinary one? Well, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in, 877-927-6648. Would love to hear from you. If you can't dial in, well, then let me hear those fingers do the walking. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, and of course in the Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, the Dow trading down 97 points. She's printing out at 24,477. The S&P's off 6 at 2632. NASDAQ 100 up nearly, 10 points. Trading out at 66.68. Russell is up 0.4%. The semis are up 5%. Wow, that's a move out there. They're trading up 63 buckaroonies. The transports are up 72 points. NASDAQ Composite up 0.25%. The spot volatility index is trading up 2%, trading at 19.99. So we'll want to go take a look at that. Of course, I want to take a look at what you want to take a look at. And what we're going to take a look at is old Detroit Edison. We're going to do that for our good friend K. Rico in Costa Rica. K. Rico wants to take a look at Detroit. Now, this is a long-term holding with inside the K. Rico family out there, but nonetheless, we're going to, so from a long-term standpoint, let's take a look at what the message is out here. Now, if we just take a look at the monthly chart, it's a beautiful looking chart, right? Just take a look at the low that came in here in March of 2009. It's pretty much been a really nice move higher. Now, K. Rico, this is what you and your brother should be able to gather from just looking at this one chart out here. And on this chart, you've got the monthly TAS market profiles. And what I want you to notice here is I want you to notice, or what I'm going to notice, is that we have not seen a close below a bottom of a box at all. After the profile formed back in 2009, the new profile here formed in May of 2009. See, back here in 2008, you saw closes below the bottom of the box. So from a long-term perspective with regard to its message, you're not going to do diddly, bo diddly that is, or any kind of diddly, until you see it close below the bottom of a market profile on a monthly basis. Now, that could be a long tumble to the downside. Well, long tumble. What I mean is 99.60. 99.60, that's your support level right now. Now, this is a brand new profile. It formed this month in the month of January out there. The question is, will price get down there? And that's where you would want to go ahead and add more shares. Now, if we were to see, or Detroit Edison, DTE, it's really DTE Energy right now, were to close below that, well, then you've got problems in paradise. Not that Detroit is paradise, but you know what I'm referring to out here. Or, hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure out there. So, and I live there. So maybe it is paradise. Must have moved away from paradise. No, I don't think so. All right. So what else is it that we know about the monthly chart for Detroit Edison? Well, it has been moving higher, doing it with less relative energy as it did just a few months ago. Let's get our crosshair out here. And I'm referring to the month of November 2018 because in December, what you got was that monthly bearish reversal signal. You also see the time to mark setup trend line out of that little red dash line. That's around the 92 level. So kind of ties right into our, not exactly, but you've got 99.60, you got 92, two levels of support there that you would not want to see fail. But this does have a topping signal. Last time we saw this topping signal inside Detroit Edison was in December 2017. And what did we see take place? Well, price pushed its way down to that time to mark setup trend line. Didn't get all the way down there. We know that price did not break through the bottom of a box. So that was just simply your normal orderly monthly type decline out here. We also know that on a monthly basis, price is trading below Stevie's green line. It's the oscillator unchanged line. It's from a monthly perspective. It's not that much higher than where we're trading right now. It's probably around the 115 level. We're at 114.40 out here. But the best, because it's a long-term standpoint, the best piece of information or advice that I can give to you is you've got resistance, 115.65 to be exact. That's at top of that monthly profile. Hey, a nice move above that, you still have resistance. That's at the high from 2 months ago in November. A move above that, then you're back to the move to the upside. Right now, I'd say this says it might want to just take a little bit of a timeout. But don't do anything with those shares. I don't see it. I'd wait until you see it close below that monthly profile. So, K. Rico, thanks so much for writing in. Hope that helps you out with regard to Detroit Edison. We did have another request, and that was to take a look at silver, hi-ho silver. That one came in from Bob Y. Bob wants to, what does Bob want to do here? Bob wants to upgrade his kitchen. And apparently, Bob is going to upgrade his kitchen with silver out there. Hi-ho silver, that is. Probably by trading silver. So if we take a look at silver, we've got our 4 different market profile time frames that you and I like to look at. That's the 1 hour, 60-minute. That's the 240-minute, 4-hour, the daily, and the monthly set of profiles out here. Now, in the case of silver, what it did earlier in the day was nothing more than test support. That's at 15.25. You actually got down today to a low of 15.245. Boy, if that's not a test of 15.25, I don't know what is a test of it. But I do know what it is a test of, as do you. Do you get into silver right now? Well, here's the deal. You've got maybe another info. You have a brand new weekly profile. That's the very right-hand panel of my screen out here. And what we don't know, is the support going to hold 15.25? Look, if you're looking to be long silver, you're there. You're there at any test of 15.25. And here's the deal. If you see it close below that, then anticipate that price is going to go test the top of that weekly profile. That's at 15.03 out there. So there would be your stop. In essence, it would be below 15.03, by the way, or should be below that. And then you can make a decision from there. Well, the decision from there, if you get below 15.03, it's look out below. It's probably A to B equals CD pattern to the downside out there. So, Bob, I know you want a new kitchen. You can be an aggressive trader and take that trade now. But even then, I'd say, you know what? Wait till you see silver close about 15.35. We'll be right back.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching TigerTV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we've got the Dow off 130, S&P down 10, and Jay in the Tiger's Den wants to take a look at the market profiles for the 4 equity futures contracts. So let's shift over to that and see what kind of information you and I can glean out of this. So here you've got the ES Mini in the very left. You've got the NQ next to it, then the Dow and the Russell 2000. And what you will see are green and blue horizontal lines. And down in their specific data box, you will be able to see the top, the bottom, and the center line for the daily and the weekly timeframes out there. Top being resistance, bottom being support, center being just simply where they're having a party. Buyers and sellers both hanging out there. Specifically with regard to the Dow, let's take a look at the Dow, because the Dow is one that is trading lower out here. And as we take a look at it, it formed a brand new profile earlier this morning, and that was tested. The top is 24,535. We're trading down below that right now. What does that mean, Jelly Bean? Well, the interesting thing about this new profile, if you look at the bottom, and when I say look at it, I mean look at it. Now, what I mean is that it's probably easier for me to see on my screen than you to see it on my screen, on your screen. If you know what I mean, we all scream for ice cream. Well, what I mean by that is the bottom of the profile is 23,800. And the top of the weekly is 23,790. So what that means is that should be strong support on a move lower. A close today below 24,535 very likely sets up a move down to the 24,010, the center, or 23,800 or 23,790. Those would be the values you would be looking at. A close below 23,790 says, okay, what price is going to do is head down and test that 26th date. Now, is it going to go test the bottom? Is it going to test the high? We don't know. One thing at a time. But right now, here's what we know at 1:20 in the afternoon. The Dow Equity Futures contract has rejected resistance, the top of its brand new data profile out here. So that's helpful. But we've got it. But there's more. Or there needs to be more. I mean, what are the other guys and gals doing out here? Well, to the extent that you think that the Russell 2000 is an indicator, let's go take a look at the Russell 2000. It formed its brand new profile yesterday or the day before. Yesterday. We're going with yesterday. And it's a bearish structured profile. And yet price is trading above the top of that level. So what you're going to want to watch at the end of the day, and you know how I hate saying that, but this is the end of the trading session day, is 1457. Right now, price is trading at 1460. If you trade above, and it is a bearish structured box, meaning that center line is closer to the top. So you've got all kinds of sellers that are lined up between 1450 and 1457. Not a huge wide price spread or anything. Lots of them there. And it's kind of like a defense. It's like watching a football game. And if the offense can roll right through that defense, meaning it close above the top of that box, 1457, says it's going to the end zone. Where's the end zone? Well, in the case of the Russell 2000, we would just simply say its most recent swing point. And that is between the price level of 1535 up to 1567. On the other hand, brand new box forms 2 days ago. Yesterday, your price closes below. Price closes below, and the Dow is trading below. And here you've got a bearish structure. Sellers should be able to take price down to the bottom of its profile, and the bottom of its profile is 1430. We'll call it 1430 even, Steven. Now, let's go take a look and see what the NQ and the ES are doing. We don't want to leave them out. And in the case of the NQ, it's trading. It also has a new profile. If you were to ask me where is support, I would ask you where's the bottom of the box. You would respond 65.52. I would respond there's support. There you go. Where's resistance? I'd say where's the top of the box? You'd say 67.66. I'd say there's resistance. Right now, we're really trading in between support and resistance. It's a bullish structured box. So you're going to want to watch the NQ, because if the markets are going to make their move down to the December 26th area, you're going to need to see a level of support being broken. Much like you and I and K. Rico took a look at Detroit Edison, DTE, and we looked at it on a monthly basis. And he's a long-term investor in that. And it was very clear that you would not want to exit until you saw a break of support, which it has not broken a level of support since the lows that were formed back in 2009. Sometimes you just got to ride it out. Well, in this case here, whether you're going to ride it out or not, if you're a bear, you need to see 65.52 get shredded. If it does, then you're looking at 62.25, maybe 59.35, maybe even below that. Now, when it comes to the ES Mini, the ES Mini's got a brand new profile. It formed today. Easier to look at the data box and see that the top is 26.55 and change. The bottom is 25.78. There you go. You have your support. You have your resistance. Price is trading within its profiles out there. You break through support, you head to 25.67. You break through that, you're looking at 26.74. 26.74. Who am I kidding? 24.67. It helps to be a little dyslexic. Why? Because we look at things differently. And that's what you and I do. We need to take a look at things differently. We need to assess, what is the market doing? Let's assume that the sellers have resumed control of this market here. They're going to. It's just a matter of time. The question is it right here and now? Well, if it is right here and now, what is it that you're going to make a decision about that tells us that? Well, one of those things would be, where is the spot VIX index trading in relationship to its 50-day exponential moving average? Remember, we said it was trading up, that being the spot VIX index, trading at 1999. Well, right now it's 2002. But it's trading below the 50-day exponential moving average, 2121. So let's say price pulls back to support. Just simply using the equity futures contracts, we've identified those levels of support. And combined with that, the spot VIX index is not trading above its 50-day exponential moving average. What would you do? You know, you got that little wristband that says WWYD. What would you do? What you would do is you would close out the trade. What would you do? If price pulls back there and the spot VIX index is trading above and close above the 50-day, you would take no action if you were short. You would anticipate that support is going to fail. Whether it will or not is a whole different thing, but that's what you would anticipate. What do we know at 125? You've got your guard variety pullback with the Dow being bucked down $1.50. Why? Because that spot VIX index is below the 50-day exponential moving average. We're in a trader's market. Now, I saw earlier, let's go check in on this, that the ES was down below its lows. Now, the ES mini has broken through support. What do you mean? Well, we're looking at a 30-minute time frame profile. The bar that we're currently in ends in about 3 minutes and a few seconds out there. And the bottom of that profile was 26.31.75. Like you and I and K Rico were looking at with regard to these profiles, you break through a level of support, it's a sayonara baby. Now, sayonara baby here takes you all the way back down into the swing point that took place at 12 in the afternoon back on January 23rd. Well, today's the 24th out there. So we know what to be looking for out here. And you can see there's a trend line. Now, you can also see the trend lines up at the top. And look at where today's highs stopped. At those trend lines. The question is, can it really be that easy peasy Steve-O? I threw the Steve-O in there. The answer is, yeah, sometimes it can. Dow's off 143. S&P down 10. We'll be right back. Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what we have here, folks. The opportunity of a lifetime for most. I'm Steve Rhodes, the 2018 Market Timer of the Year. And on Thursday, January 24th at 4:15 p.m., I'll share with you what I see as the next great buying opportunity. This free workshop, sponsored by Ninja Trader, is available to everyone. There's no gimmicks, no credit cards, no lengthy sign-up, and you don't have to be a subscriber to my award-winning daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. All you need is a name, email address, and contact number. Just click on my name on the homepage of TFNN.com to gain access to the live or archive version of the next great buying opportunity. Folks, everything in life happens for us, not to us. The fact is, this workshop is happening for you so that you can learn how, why, and when to take advantage of the next great buying opportunity. Timing is everything. So sign up today on the homepage of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 136. S&P is down 10. Bob in Spokane wants to take a look at the 30-year Treasury. So if we do that, here's what we're going to see. We're going to come over to Stevie's Ninja Trader charts. By the way, at 4:15 this afternoon, I'm doing a workshop on behalf of Ninja Trader called The Next Great Buying Opportunity. It's very easy to attend that workshop. Whether you attend live or you just want to get an archived version of that, you come over to the homepage of TFNN.com under, I think it's featured content or something like that. You'll see in the center, dead center, just scroll down just a tad. You'll see the workshop. Just click on that. It'll take you over to the Ninja Trader website. You just give your first name, last name, email address, phone number, and boom, voila. You can either watch it live or you can grab a link that they'll send to you, and it's worthwhile data. If you're listening to this show here, then that has to be a must. There'd be no reason not to do it, and I promise that I will share some stuff with you, and you'll be like, something to think about. Well, back to Treasury bonds out here for Bob in Spokane. If we take a look at this, take a look at some of the tools that you and I use. We like to do that good old 9 count, right? That Tom DeMark said, the power of 9. And the reason why it's the power of 9 is I was born on September 9th. 9-9. So you got to say, Gordie Howe was my favorite hockey player, number 9. I've got a couple books on my shelf signed by good old Gordo out there. And so it's appealing to me, the old power of 9. If we take a look at that March contract for T-bonds, you can see that the low was made with what? The power of 9. Followed up by a brand new market profile and a bullish engulfing candle, letting you and I know the cavalry had arrived out there. And now we're seeing this price test the top of that profile. So, Bob, what I don't know is, are we at resistance out here? It's testing it. Maybe it's going to go higher in the 146.5 area, 146 or so, and test Stevie's green line. If price stays above that, well, we're back off to the highs. Interestingly enough, when the T-bonds out here made their high, and we did the old wave count. I think Basil's doing a workshop today, is he not? I tried listening in for a little bit yesterday, but I had a bunch of appointments, was in and out there. In any event, I like using part of the Chapman way, but especially because I'm from Detroit, this Stevie Wonder singing in the key of G out there. And what we can see is that when Treasury bonds, which had a nice move off the bottom, when they made their high, they did it with wave number 7, or letter G on my chart. Here we use the letters because we've got those Tom DeMark setup 9 counts, and if I start using numbers, maybe it will get confusing to folks out there, and I don't want this to be confusing. So here's what we know, Bob. What we know, well, let's do more than that. What else do we know about Treasury bonds? Well, we need to see, how are they performing? We don't have to, but we should. How are they performing in the other currencies out there? Are they moving higher? Are they moving lower? What are they doing? So you can see here at 145 and 29.30 seconds, that was the top of the daily profile. Our high today is 145 and 30 seconds out there. So watch to see if we get a close above the top of that box. If we do, price is going to move up higher to Stevie's green line. So just a tad, 146 and change out there. If you take a look at how Treasury bonds are in euros, just screaming higher out there. Almost back to their most recent swing point high. That takes you back to the trading session of January the 3rd out here. Moving higher in yen, moving slightly higher in pound sterling out here, but moving higher nonetheless. So there is momentum in the move, because on traders' desks around the globe, you see price is all moving in the same direction out there. Not only have the daily set of profiles out here for Treasury bonds, but price right now, if you're long, and you've got a little profit, just know that you're up at resistance when we take a look at that. Bob Rooney, I hope that helps you out with regard to Treasury bonds. What's it say, Bob Seeger did what? What? Robert Clark Seeger, yeah. He's 73, yeah. Bob Seeger used to play at my junior high dances nonetheless. In a little auditorium. That was a beautiful thing about growing up in the Motor City. I have, and I'm not patting myself on the back, but I have a pretty amazing playlist. If you ever hang out with me and you say, Steve-O, fire up your playlist, you're just going to hear great tune after great. Some of these are going to say, who is that band? I know the song, but who is that band out there? I grew up with such great music in the city of Detroit. Last night I was listening to some old Supertramp. You remember Supertramp, don't you, out there? Amazing movie out there. Hey, Queen, I saw that Rhapsody movie is now on DirecTV, so I'm going to watch that. I used to go see Queen when they were in town, which was relatively often. They used to play at a place called the Michigan Palace. It wasn't a palace, but, that was the name that they had, and, you'd be there with about 1,000, maybe. That's probably all it held, was maybe about 1,000 people or what have you. And what were tickets to go see? Nobody really knew who Queen was at that stage out there. But Freddie Mercury, what a voice that guy had. Just a great music, that those guys used to play then. Procol Harum group, just so many great tunes and sounds out there. But in any event, how did I get sidetracked? It is not very difficult to get sidetracked. So, what are the markets doing? Are they getting ready to tank lower? Are they going to head higher? If they do head higher out here, you see, what's this? They do head higher. Here's the Dow, and here is the S&P 500. And the higher level that they could get to, you would think that they could get to, they being the Dow, they being the S&P 500, would be the descending trend line. So that's a level that each of you can put on your screen out there and take a look at it. But right now we can see that price stopped right at the 2017 close. 2017 close out there. Why is that resistance? I don't know. It just is out there. Okay, let's take a look at some other requests out here in the hotline. And one of those coming in from SNP. SNP wants to go ahead and take a look at CGC. CGC, what does that stand for? Oh, that stands for the things you used to do when you used to go to those concerts back in the 60s and 70s. So Canopy Growth. Are you in Canopy Growth? Are you not in Canopy Growth? Looking for entries into both out here. Now is not the time. Now is not the time as we take a look at Canopy Growth. Why would we say that? Well, you've got price that hit its resistance level on the daily time frame out here. Oh, let me do this. I'm going to come back to it. If I change this one chart, then it complicates things. I'm just going to come take a look at, can I do that, S&P? Is that all right with you? I just hate to redo work. I was going to say to you that if we take a look at the semiconductor index and say, why is it doing what it's doing? Why is it having the huge groove move to the upside today? The answer, my friend, is because look at what took place yesterday. It's a perfect example of understanding and utilizing Stevie's red line. But if you aren't familiar with that, I think it's available as you sign up to subscribe to test drive Mastering Probability. But look at where price came to yesterday. Stevie's red line, which turns green. When it turns from red to green or green to red, you usually see that test. That was a bullish test yesterday. Look at what you're getting today. Huge move. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. I'll be right back.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So kind of a nice way, a segue into taking a look at canopy growth. I didn't realize it at the time, but I do realize it now. So we were looking at the semiconductor index, and what we noticed yesterday was the pullback into Stevie's red line. Typically, when that red line turns to green or vice versa, it's telling us that the price oscillator is at zero or near zero. And what you typically see over a period of days or some period of time is a test of that line and price out there. Well, we got it all in one fashion yesterday, and that was a level of support. Price had come back to support. It's moving higher. Now, as we take a look at canopy growth, and we put up its daily time frame chart here, this is for S&P and the Tiger's Den, we're going to see that that test has not yet occurred. We did get the crossover. That was on, looks like, January 16th and January 17th. We can see how the green line or the red line turned green. We also can see this little green dashed line. That's that time to mark setup trend line out here. And when price closes above that, that's resistance. It's telling you you have a change in trend. So S&P, if you utilize this system, what you would have known on January 10th was you had a change in trend. The question was, how high is price going to go? Now, I don't have the market profiles on here, but we can see that it looks like today will be a time to mark setup 9 count. Now, usually it occurs, the high would occur here on days 8, 9, or 10. Maybe it would be tomorrow out here because it's not going to be bar 8. Doesn't look like it's going to be bar 9. But it could be bar 6, which is kind of unusual. However, what I've also found is that when bar 9 is trading inside bars 5 and 6, such as today, what it's telling you is it doesn't have the energy for the sprint. It's like a sprinter. You've already, you're Usain Bolt, and you're out of gas out there. Well, looks like canopy growth is out of gas. Ought to pull back and test Stevie's green line before you may have your next buying opportunity. Priced right now at $43.66. Stevie's green line, $39.93. Both are going to change a bit, but that is your range of where price should pull back to. Now, we also have that daily profile, so we know that resistance has been hit, hasn't been able to take it out. And that's at that 44.88. We know the center line is at 39.82, where the Bulls and Bears are. We were at 39.93 just a minute ago, taking a look at Stevie's line out there. So seems fairly logical that we're going to see a bit of a pause here in Canopy Growth. So S&P, I hope that helps you out. You asked me about TVIX as well out there. That's a more difficult one. That's a way more difficult one to try to gauge that. But let me see if I have something out here. It used to be Tom, that Tom G used to write in often, and I mean in a positive way, and ask about the VIX index, and he liked to trade that from a short-term standpoint. And I think we came up with a strategy for that. I just want to see if I can find it. I would have put it under TVIX out here if I can get there. So TVIX trade strategy. That seems like a logical thing to name it if you're going to name something. And I believe what we were looking at out here, S&P, was just looking at a 2-minute chart and looking at the market profiles and using the market profiles as the guideline for whether you'd be in, whether you'd be out. Is that okay with you? I think it was the only thing that we can find. You can see here this morning that once price got above, this is at, oh, it's not, is it 1220? I guess a 2-minute chart. This afternoon. Well, let's go back to this morning. Can we? 944. At 946, you see your first close below a bullish structured box out there. It's where my crosshair is at. So there, I'll move my crosshair. You can see that close below that box out there, telling you, in essence, that sellers were in control of the TVIX out there. Now, price did bounce around and got back up to that area where both buyers and sellers were comfortable with price. But at 10:02, it was a kibosh to the downside. So you wouldn't want to be long the TVIX. You'd want to be long the reverse of that one, which I don't remember what that ticker symbol is, but if you trade TVIX, you know what the other side is out here. Kind of fast forward to where we're at now. And where we're at right now is prices trading with inside a profile. So there's no action that you could take or should take, I would think, out here. If price closes below 50.69 on a 2-minute basis, you're going to go test this little hammer candle, a 2-minute hammer candle from back here at 1:36 in the afternoon. And below that, you'd have an A to B equals CD. To the downside, of course, I would really stick with my 2-minute profiles. I'm going to summarize it like this. If you're a trader of the TVIX, go invest in the TAS market profiles and see if they can assist you for when and when, not when, and when to trade it and how to trade it and so forth. I think that you'll be happy. You'll be a happy camper. And if there's anything we like around here at TFNN, it is happy campers. Oh, by the way, as long as I just close that screen out, we just simply, everything in life is happening for you, not to you. Just happened to take us right to the Dow chart, priced in dollars, euros, yen, and pounds out there. Very positive. You know, where is money going and flowing to? If you look at this chart, where's the money coming from? Right? Because you and I, we think like, can I use the word globalist? I don't even know what it means. How about let's think globally? That's all that it means out there. Let's think globally and try to understand what your brother, cousin, family, friend, trader, fellow trader that's sitting over in Europe is thinking about your Dow, my Dow, our Dow. Right now they're thinking, I like putting my money there. You're well above the close of last year. You're well above 2017. Same thing when we take a look at the Dow priced in pounds. You think they're taking their shekels and investing them in their country, their index out here? Yeah, probably not. This bodes really well for the next great buying opportunity, which we'll have out there. We're not here yet, but we'll bode well for the next great buying opportunity. I know there's people out there and they're calling for the world to end or something like that. Maybe their world's going to end. Not your world or my world out here. That's for sure. All right, let's get back on shtick here. And getting back on shtick, I don't want to see if we've got any other requests in the den. If there is, I can't hardly read through some of the stuff that's going there. So let me just check the Let me check the old email system. Oh, we do have an email that has come in. This one coming in from a phone number, of all things. No name. But the question is, hi, Steve, do you see Apple getting down to 1 1/4? So let's go take a look at Apple. Let's go see if we can figure out where the 1 1/4 came from. And let's get rid of this canopy growth, AAPL. Let's put that up here on the screen. Let me change that over here to the other set of charts, the Ninja Trader charts. And so here's what we know about Apple right now. At 1:50 in the afternoon, price is testing the bottom of its box. It's an equally distributed box. Center is truly in the center. And so if price is able to close today below 152.42, you're at 152 even, Steven. A key level of support will have been busted. Where will price head to next? Pretty simple. 147.78. I'll try to figure out how the 1 1/4 came up when we get back from this break. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Hey, during the break, go to the homepage of TFNN.com. Sign up for tonight's webinar, 4:15. At least be signed up for it so you can get the cool link to watch the archive. We'll be right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back. So the 125 figure, the only thing I can figure is where that figure might come from. If we look at the monthly time frame chart for Apple out here, and we see a gap to the upside on a monthly basis that began in February 2017. And so gaps are our friends out there. They're not to be feared. They typically show breakouts or breakdowns. This would be a breakout. You like to see them with some volume behind the move. This gap was with 574 million shares. That was really kind of average monthly volume out there. Nonetheless, the gap here is between 127.01 and 122.44. Will price get down there? I would have to say you need to see levels of support being broken. That would be the lows of December, and that certainly would be the 147.78, the bottom of that weekly profile. So, Mr. or Mrs. phone number, I hope that helps you out. Thanks for writing in. I'd like to know your name. Next time, put that in there. Please. Okay, so we got about a minute left. What are we going to do? Not much. Look, you've got the numbers to be watching for out here. These moves that we're seeing, these swings that we're seeing, they don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. And the swing that would be needed, really, in order for the bears to get rolling is nothing more than that thing that they call the fear gauge, which means diddly to all of us out there, because you can't trade the fear gauge. Well, you can. And the way you do it, well, you look for those rates of change above and below plus 10% or below minus 10%. That's a pretty helpful tool. You look at the spot volatility index. Where is it trading in relationship to the 50-day exponential moving average? You can even go take a look at the high-yield bonds out there. What is it, HYG, I think, is the high-yield bond fund out here. Just kind of moving, not breaking down, just moving sideways. There's still plenty of liquidity in the markets. Folks, thanks so much for being here. I don't believe I will be with you tomorrow. Not that I wouldn't like to. I will be with you at 4:15 this afternoon, which if you can't be at live, that's okay. You can get the link sent to you probably tomorrow by the good folks over at Ninja Trader. Come on over to the homepage of TFNN.com. Join me this afternoon or some point in time. You're going to get some great data and understand when the next great buying opportunity is going to take place. Thanks so much for being here, folks. Have a great weekend. I look forward to seeing you on Monday.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.